We were involved in the early years of Omaha Christian Academy when it was Temple Christian Academy.
Temple Christian Academy first hired me to be a 5th grade teacher, and then later I became a kindergarten teacher.
I'm Diane Jay, and we're standing here in Michelle Evelyn's old kindergarten classroom at Temple Baptist Church, which housed Temple Christian Academy when it started. I grew up in Temple Baptist Church, and my dad helped build the church, and then I started at Temple Christian Academy when I was in 6th grade and stayed there till I graduated.
So being involved on the staff, we needed some other parental involvement.
I was brought in to be part of the PTF, Parent-Teacher Fellowship, and thought that I'd be selling t-shirts and making pizzas. Little did I realize that I became part of the board that then was the transition from Temple Christian Academy to Omaha Christian Academy.
From the moment we attended Temple Christian Academy, my heart was to serve. So for the first 2 years, I was the fundraising chairman. But because of that, after 2 years, they invited me to join the board of directors.
There are a lot of classrooms in this building, and we used every single one of them, including storage rooms and balconies.
The first year was very trying, long meetings, lots of things to get accomplished, incorporating, hiring teachers, finding a new administrator, balancing a budget, because we had no funds at all to start with and nothing to fall back on.
We were so blessed when Temple Baptist Church came to us and said, we are no longer going to continue the school, but we'd like to give you the option as parents to take over the school.
The first thing we had to do was hire an administrator, and somehow the Lord just said, look in Kansas City, and we found Chuck Ramsey.
When I got to Omaha Christian Academy, the parents had taken over the leadership of the school, and I was so glad because they were so excited about adding a high school. And that's the reason they hired me, because they knew that I had been a part of starting Kansas City Christian High School.
But those were real faith-building times, because for parents to take over a school that had been run by a church and had the security of a church behind it was a little daunting.
One of the first big discussions I remember distinctly we had as a board was whether or not we wanted to be an accredited or non-accredited school, a Rule 13 school. And the board decided that we wanted to go with the accreditation as long as we were free to preach the saving grace of Jesus Christ, and that wouldn't affect that. So that was a big decision.
When we got to Nebraska, I went to the State Department of Education, and they told me, we don't want you here, we won't do anything to help you, we want you to leave. It was just the first few years that they were just so definite that they weren't going to help anybody with Christian school.
In the late 1980s, Omaha Christian moved into a facility on Dodge Street. It was the former General Motors training facility. It was functional, but not necessarily child-friendly.
And when we did find the building, it was amazing how they were just cooperative, worked to get the building ready. And so when we went to the GM building, it was a great move.
During the school's 40-year history, we've moved a number of times. In the summer of 2005, we moved from the Robertson Drive location to the Liberty Christian Center, the old Ryan High School building. Once we were settled into the Liberty facility, it was clear to us as a board that we needed to find a permanent home.
There are families who gave everything so that Omaha Christian Academy. So I may be fortunate enough to be in front of the camera, but I am nothing. This truly was an act of giving and love from the body of Christ to get Omaha Christian Academy started.
As we looked at dozens of places throughout the city, a few places started to stand out as options. One of those was the property at 103rd and Weissman, and it wasn't until 2010 that we added the additional campus in Blair.
And so it provided an opportunity and a methodology for Country Bible Church to offer Christian education. At the same time, it provided a second location for OCA so that the parent was able to provide a Christian education experience in their own local community in Blair rather than driving several miles to get into Omaha to OCA.
I'm Dr. Vic Fordyce. I'm the administrator at Omaha Christian Academy. I'd like to share with you a little bit of my vision of OCA's future. This vision includes more than 400 students in our high school. It includes differentiated instruction and new technologies to reach our elementary students right where they're at. It also includes a $1 million scholarship endowment, which will enable more kids to benefit from a Christian education. When someone sees one of our graduates, I would like them to see Jesus in that person. I would like them to see a graduate of Omaha Christian Academy. That's my vision for OCA.
Who would have thought that 30 years later I'm still teaching, and not only that, but I have children of the former students that I taught.
It's amazing that OCA is celebrating its 40th year, and it was great to be a part of it. Congratulations, Omaha Christian Academy.
I just think it's great that Omaha Christian Academy now 40 years has been continuing but doing a great job, and I appreciate it so much.
So here we are, 40 years later, and believe me, after those first 2 years with Temple Christian Academy, we didn't know if there'd ever be a future.
I can't believe it's been that long, but congratulations, and God bless everyone who's associated with Omaha Christian Academy.